Hello, comments, right, so this is like me standing in a public square where people can, let me know what they think about the world, or alternatively pelt me with eggs and vegetables, which, judging by some of the comments, is occasionally more accurate. Robert Swarbrick, what do you think about the tampon tax? It is ludicrous, obviously, it's mad. I don't understand it. Just someone explain this to me. A tampon is to be taxed still, according to the government, at 5% because it's a luxury item. But Jaffa cakes are excluded. You know what, I'm quite partial to Jaffa cakes. They're very Moorish.
Oh, that looked delicious!
It's a symptom of a wider problem, which is we still live in quite a sexist society, because if we didn't, given how absolutely crucial tampons are to millions and millions of women, I don't think if, women had as much input in designing laws as men did, they would be taxed as a luxury item. So it is bonkers, Rob. Bats in the bell tower. I have a particular distaste for Owen Jones. He's like a BBC children's presenter accidentally cast into politics. Hello kids, this week we're talking about those nasty, nasty Tories and that mean Mr. Cameron. But as well as that, we're going to have some fun. Please get in touch, but remember to always ask the bill payer before you call in. Mark L. Hello Mark. Any thoughts on Corbyn being caught buying the Sun newspaper despite saying he did not buy or read it during the leadership debates? Hi Mark, I don't know myself. However, you know what? A lot of people, if you're watching from Merseyside, you will have in particular a justifiable contempt for the Sun newspaper because they smeared dead Liverpool fans and the survivors of the Hillsborough disaster who were traumatised by disaster they had absolutely nothing to do with, and they spread these heinous lies, which I will not repeat. In Merseyside, there's been a mass boycott of the Sun pretty much ever since. I think the realities of being a politician, however, is that you do have to read the stuff said about you. Now, the stuff in the Sun about Jeremy Corbyn, I doubt is particularly flattering, to say the least. But yes, during the leadership debate, I'm sure he could stick to that line, but if you're a leader of a political party, I just don't think it's feasible. I think, you know what, if you're being smeared in the Sun, or just criticised or attacked, you want to find out what's being said about you, you've got to buy the newspaper to find out. Otherwise, you won't be able to respond, defend yourself. So I know that disappointed maybe some of you, but I don't think he's got a choice. To Higify, Owen Jones and Josie Long. This is like my ultimate fantasy threesome. Will you just behave yourself, honestly? Right, Simon Throssell Films. Hello, Simon. Do you think that it's the government's duty to make society a fair place? Yes, in part, of course, because a government has unique levers which it can use, like, for example, the taxation system, making sure that's just so that rich people pay a fair share of tax. After all, they depend on the state for everything from infrastructure to research and development to educating their workforce, whilst at the same time, making sure that the poor aren't penalised through indirect taxes like VAT, which falls often on the backs of the working poor, for example. Providing a national health service and good education services, a welfare state that protects all of us. However, it isn't just up to the government. We need to take to the streets and protest. We need to put issues on the agenda, like UK Uncut, a group which was angry about the fact the richest weren't paying their taxes at a time of huge cuts. They occupied shops and businesses who weren't paying their taxes. And they helped put tax avoidance on the agenda. So, let's not just leave it up to the politicians. Let's put pressure on the politicians. Yes, government has a big role to play, but if you want to make society more fair and more just, you got to do something too. Shamana Halabulist. Love Josie. She's a great laugh. She is, actually. She's really, really nice. Genuinely a lovely person. And I suppose for me, though, the point of that video was, I'm trying to experiment with lots of different formats because I'm trying to make, kind of political ideas accessible. And, part of that is comedians. They make people look at injustice as something which is absurd in a way that people like me can't achieve. So thanks for the comments, everyone. Do keep them coming. They are as eclectic as ever. And, subscribe to the channel. And I will see you next time.